2023, Kwankwaso plots Tinubu's deal amid dwindling electoral chance. Well, this is Nigeria. Our politicians have no principles. All they do is what they can get or what will favor them at the end of the day. Somebody has raised this issue that Deji has mentioned it, that it's like Kwankwaso is working for Tinubu. If this plot for work to have a deal with him is a reality, definitely they are working together. And there are some comments that has come out from Kwankwaso's political talk in some interviews where he said he's ready, that Tinubu, he can recommend him as president of this country if he's asked. And if this deal that they want to strike is something to go by, then it's like they have something in common. In the wake of the anger over his decision to pick Senator Kashim Shettima, former governor of Borno State, as his running mate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, got support from Rabi Kwankwaso, ex-governor of Kano State, who expressed his admiration for the Lagos big politician, what many say could be an indication that he's looking towards the APC for a deal ahead of 2023. Speaking on Arai TV, Kwankwaso noted that he liked the combination of Tinubu and Shettima, while declaring that ordinarily, if I cannot get it, I can recommend him. But it's going to be like building something on zero. When I see him, I wish him well, and when you see him before me, tell him I wish him well. But let's take it easy. Let him take it easy. The former Kano's governor's comment triggered excitement in the Tinubu camp. Many welcome it as an indication that a deal could be possible between the new Nigeria People's Party (NNPP) and Tinubu's All Progressive Congress, and for good reason. Kwankwaso new Nigerian People's Party doesn't have enough national spread, and major talks with Peter Obi Labour Party collapsed last month. A close associate of the former Kano State governor has told this medium that Kwankwaso is only interested in using his platform to negotiate ahead of 2023. You see, our politicians, they will come out and raise noise and make noise, and people. But the question I want to find out from most of them is, don't they think about their supporters, or what do they think of them in the first place? That you raise people's hope that yes, this is where I'm going. At the end of the day, you just come down, bam, and say, look, for this reason, for this reason. And at the end of the day, most of the reasons being highlighted is not for the general populace or for the interest of the people that are supporting them, but for them alone, for themselves. Because it is at the end of the day, once the thing collapses, it will negotiate with them. Whatever position they're going to give, it will be the one to dictate who gets what. It will be the one to take the chunk of whatever is coming out of the deal. What about their supporters? What do they think of them? Or they don't just feel anything for them other than for them to lead and take whatever comes out of it. And while it has remained unclear as to whether it will be more inclined to reaching out to Atiku Abubakar, presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), the party on which platform he had been until a few months ago when he officially joined the NNPP, or Tinubu in his interview was a clear indication that he's more inclined to the deal with the former Lagos State governor. Tinubu, as APC presidential candidate, is sure to lock down his southwest constituencies and make good inroad in the north, where he is expected to battle with Atiku, Kwankwaso, and indeed Mr. Peter Obi, candidate of the Labour Party, who is emerging as the preferred choice of the northern Christians who are enraged by the decision of the APC to fade Muslim ticket. Kwankwaso joined forces with Tinubu. Many agree will give the former Lagos State governor an edge in the region, particularly in the northwest, while Shettima is sure to deliver Borno, even if Atiku will have an edge in the number of northeast states, which could take Tinubu closer to Aso Rock. While ordinarily Atiku will have gotten massive number in the southeast and south-south, the traditional stronghold of the PDP, to counter whatever shortages it will suffer in the north, Obi emerges as a force driven in part by the belief that it is the turn of the Southeast to produce the country's president, as well as the ex-Anambra governor's popularity among young people and the neutrals means that the PDP may no longer be able to rely on the two zones. Kwankwaso has large following in Kano and perhaps Jigawa and a few other northwest states. He doesn't have enough national spread to win the presidential election, noted an Abuja-based lawyer and political analyst, Anthony Chidi. I believe that he too is aware of this, but it is certainly a factor when it comes to northern vote. And if he chooses to back Tinubu, it will be a good game over for Atiku. Kwankwaso has lost the PDP presidential ticket to Atiku in 2019 and had apparently sensed that he would still not get the party's ticket this time and made his move with the NNPP. The new Nigerian People's Party has since welcomed a number of senators and other political heavyweights, particularly in the north. But while his supporters are hopeful of a good presidential run in 2023, the challenges he faces cannot be lost on him. The NNPP doesn't have national spread, and Kwankwaso is from the northwest geopolitical zone, same zone as President Muhammadu Buhari, who will be completing 8 years of office in 2023. It is very unlikely that Nigerians will favor a retention of presidency in the zone. Thus, his bid is unlikely to succeed. With this in mind, Kwankwaso, according to close sources, is more inclined to negotiating. Indeed, he has to wait till that minute to submit a substantive vice presidential candidate. His campaign coordinator had disclosed this that his party was here to upload the nomination of the 2023 presidential election. Kwankwaso unveiled Bishop Isaac Idahosa, presiding bishop and senior pastor of God's First Ministry, popularly known as Illumination Assembly Lekki Light Center Acha, as a substantive running mate after replacing the placeholder. The Church of Idahosa, a relatively unknown clergy with no political heft, not even in his home state of Edo, observer says further lend credence to the idea the former governor of Kano State is not interested in running for the president, but only biding his time and waiting to be approached for negotiations. Kwankwaso's choice of a running mate only means one thing, noted Gimba Kandada, author and a columnist, is not running for president, but then he has given us a hint of the direction in which he's likely to head if his presidential dream stands. What he needs is a powerhouse like himself, not a miracle-performing pastor. Indeed, the former governor of Kano State will have stood a chance only if he settled for a political heavyweight from the south, an individual capable of pulling numbers in the region to complement the numbers he will get in the north, where politicians, they can do anything to get whatever they want, and this is a sign that indeed he is not interested in becoming the president of this country come 2023, but to negotiate his way to either position for himself or for his boys. Well, what is your take on this decision of Kwankwaso that is ready to have a deal with Tinubu come 2023? Please feel free to make your comments as submit another time. Good day.